Hi, everybody. It's Tracy Lewin.
And Peter Murray. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning, Peter. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. Things are all looking up. The price are looking up.
Yes, the price is definitely looking up. 771. And the high, actually, of the last 24 hours, it went up to 774.36. So it's definitely making a move again. Let's see where it's going to end up now.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see where this price is going.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I just want to tell our listeners that I've got a new microphone, but I just heard a little bit of warbling earlier, so it might be the line that's the problem. But anyway, we'll continue, and let's go to our news on our Facebook page. Migrant workers attract remittance startup BitSpark to Southeast Asia. The remittance market is actually a very, very lucrative market to be in, and it's a massive market, Peter.
It is an absolutely massive market, and you know, we've done these videos on remittances. If I remember correctly, the biggest remittance market is India, and then China, and then the Philippines. And it was hundreds of billions of dollars in remittances that go to these three countries every year.
Absolutely, and you know what? You know, these. Let's talk about China and India. Those two countries are selling their Bitcoin at a premium. Actually, India more so than China. China's always been about, I don't know, $10 odd higher price than the rest of the world. However, you know, in that when we had that price hike and actually buy in just a couple of months ago, the price was actually $50 more. Now in India, people are selling Bitcoin up past actually $1,200 for a Bitcoin. So it's incredible. So people could actually even send their Bitcoin home, buy Bitcoin with their money, send it home, and their family can make a profit.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. How the Bitcoin prices are having this premium in India and other places as well. And, you know, it just shows you that the exchange price might be too low.
Yes, and also, you know, people are just getting on the bandwagon there, you know, and deciding that the value needs to just keep going up. And also, it just shows you that if you have Bitcoin, you're actually king, you know, and you can actually dictate the price, because if somebody really wants it, they'll pay for it.
Yes, Bitcoin at the moment, you know, it's it's a seller's market. If you have Bitcoins, you can dictate the price.
Absolutely. So we're on to our next story here. Hackers stole over $300,000 from a blockchain VC today, and the attacks may go on. Yeah, that was actually yesterday, so not such good news. And it looks like they've actually hacked another digital currency as well as Ethereum again.
So these things in Ethereum happening all the time. I'm not sure what the problem is there, but it's not getting fixed. And you know, $300,000 is a substantial amount of money for a venture capital fund to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. So not good at all. University Business School, ESMT Berlin, now accepting Bitcoin.
So
yeah, but I think there's actually a few universities that will accept Bitcoin already.
Germany is very active in the Bitcoin market, and you know, institutions and everybody is getting involved. So yeah, it's very interesting that you can do this now.
Absolutely, it's exciting. Let's go up. There's all Albert Einstein, and then of course we're coming up to this other alternate currency called Zcash. So Zcash price continues downward spiral to sub $50 levels. I mean, this currency went past $1,000. Everybody's getting all excited, and then all we've seen now is a big drop.
Well, we talked about Zcash before, and you know, it's a currency that has to prove itself. And you know, I've said before, this seems to be manipulation on the price. And CoinDesk touted this currency very heavily because they have a stake in it. And, you know, I think they just overpriced the thing when they started.
Yeah, and also it doesn't have, they've got a very different model because what they're saying is that the founder members will actually always get, you know, a fair chunk of the money. And also they don't have many of them, you know, so it's a very, very slow release program. Having said that, they've also said 21, the cap is 21 million coins. Okay, ECB, Bank of Japan launch a joint distributed ledger research effort. So the European Central Bank is weighing the use of distributed ledger technology in partnership with the Japan's central bank. There's seems a lot of collaboration between banks these days, Peter.
There is. I mean, the central banks are very, very involved at the moment in all kinds of blockchain projects, and you know, and I think they're going to get more and more and more involved because they want to understand these currencies, but also they want to use them.
And some actually want to make their own. There's a lot of that going on too. Yes, okay, look at this one. It's so simple. The money is in the computer.
Where in the computer is the money, Tracy? I've opened my computer all the time. I'm scrolling up and down, but I can't find the money.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, so you know, it looks like it's in the computer, but it's actually not. Is your blockchain token a security? Coinbase leads legal framework launch. It says here, through a black and white issues for many enthusiasts from a legal perspective, innovation with cryptocurrencies and blockchains remains in the regulatory grey. Lots of talk about regulation at the moment as well.
Well, the regulators are trying to get their teeth into Bitcoin at the moment. And, you know, I think everybody's realized that it's not going to go away. The only way to handle this new currency is to actually, you know, create a framework to use it. And this is what the regulators are trying to do. And it's a very good thing. I mean, I think regulation is the best thing that could happen to Bitcoin at this stage.
Yes, because it'll actually regulate companies and hopefully sift out all the Ponzi schemes and all the companies that are fraudulently trying to grab people's money.
Yes, unfortunately, I don't think that's what regulation is aimed at. Unfortunately, regulation there's this perception that regulation will protect consumers, and it might, but really regulation is there to help the governments to get information on clients so that they can try to prevent money laundering and tax evasion. Hopefully, it will curb some of this other stuff as well. But
hopefully,
we'll see.
Hopefully, we can always hope. Anyway, blockchain's perfect storm: removing money laundering from the financial system, and this is just part one of a discussion really on how the blockchain can completely eliminate fraud, money laundering, criminal activity from financial and banking systems.
Well, firstly, they were worried that the blockchain is going to enhance money laundering. Now the blockchain is the savior of everyone. So, you know, ultimately it's a technology and it's how it's used that's important. You can drive your car at the normal speed and take people somewhere. You can use your car as a getaway car in a bank robbery. It's all about how things are used that makes the difference, not what it is.
Yeah, and actually they're saying here compliance costs skyrocket.
Well, I've said that for a long time. Compliance is the fastest growing business in the world. And, you know, I haven't seen many blockchain applications on compliance. Maybe the compliance businesses should be looking at Bitcoin and the blockchain and come up with a few useful things.
Yeah, so that's actually quite interesting if you could think of something, hey, Peter, these compliance companies. So now, just look at this evolution. It's actually amazing how far we've really come.
we've come from a cow to Bitcoin. Do you think there's Bitcoin cheeses out there? You know, we can bite off a slice.
Bitcoin cheese.
Bitcoin cheese, bit cheese.
Bit cheese. Okay. Pirates had to Australia to create crypto's code of conduct. Actually, the Australian government's pretty active in this, in the whole Bitcoin and blockchain world.
I mean, they are, and I think Australia is a bit isolated there. You know, they're down under. They're trying to all do their own thing there. So, but it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with. It's good. It's good that governments are involved and are trying to, create all these codes of conduct, regulation, and all of this, because this helps to push Bitcoin adoption.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we want, Bitcoin adoption. So Peter, this is actually the last slide, and that's the news for today, short and sweet.
Well, the news is short and sweet. I think the main thing is, Tracy, we've got to keep your eye open on geopolitical events, and there's definitely a few of those in the pipeline. And also, people are keeping a very, very, they're keeping a lot of focus on whatever the new Trump administration is going to do in the US. And the feeling is that's going to drive Bitcoin prices upwards.
And also, by the way, I saw a graph on Bloomberg this morning, and they were talking about the Trump presidency has the value of stocks have increased by 2 trillion, and pretty high. So let's see what happens there.
Let's see what happens there, and just keep following us, and we'll bring you the news. Have a nice day, Tracy.
Thanks, and you too, Peter. Cheerio.
Bye.